These are the mistakes I made using cold porcelain clay. When I started, I kept ruining my charms. I did everything wrong, I tried, I failed, and I learned. So in this video, I'll show you all those mistakes so you don't have to go through what I did. Hello everyone, I'm Hema and I've been working with cold porcelain for a little over 6 months now. And in this 6 months, I think I made all the possible mistakes you can make using cold porcelain. So in this video, I'm going to expose all the mistakes and how to fix them so you don't have to go through what I did. You might own a small business or you're working around with cold porcelain as a hobby. I think this video will save you a lot of time. So watch till the end. So cold porcelain is a DIY air dry clay which can be made easily using corn flour, Fevicol, oil and vinegar. It is durable and doesn't need any baking like polymer clay. Cold porcelain is air dry clay, that means it will become dry if it comes in contact with air. So in order to minimize that, use a cling film to wrap it and also store it inside an airtight container. If not, it hardens like this. I skipped adding white paint to the clay while making it. It works fine as a clay, but the dried piece looks translucent. If you like such finish, that's okay. But if you want a clean white finish and more saturated dried charms, add white paint while making your clay. Conditioning your clay is nothing but kneading the clay really well before starting to sculpt. If you skip this step, your charm might dry with cracks all over it. But when you condition the clay properly, you'll get much smoother finish. Here's a comparison to show the difference. It really helps. To sculpt right after making clay out of excitement, but freshly made clay is too soft. It can easily lose shape while sculpting. So let the clay rest for at least 1 to 2 hours before you start working with it. So here's a comparison of rested and not rested clay. If you're making multiple similar charms, especially for a small business, use a weighing scale. I did not do that for really long. Actually, cold porcelain shrinks as it dries, so the dry weight of it is not equal to the wet weight. So always use a notebook and note down these weights so you'll not have it trouble in the future. I used to stick clay parts just using the wetness of the clay, but cold porcelain shrinks and without glue the parts can separate. So always use a little Fevicol to attach the pieces. It holds much better and also makes the charms more durable. If your clay charms have dents in the back like this, it might be because you lay them flat while drying, like in a sleeping position. So instead, try drying them in a standing or sitting position. That way, any dent will be in the bottom, which is much less noticeable. And also, if you condition the clay properly, this problem can be avoided. If you attach all the sculpted parts immediately, they can get squished or lose shape. Let the parts dry for a bit before assembling. It helps keep the shape clean. So these are all the mistakes I made so far using cold porcelain clay. I know there are a lot coming in the future and I'll make another video if such thing happens. And also I wanted to make a DIY cold porcelain clay recipe, but I found there are already a lot of artists who made such videos. So if you still like to see how I make cold porcelain, you can just let me know in the comments and I'll be happy to share a video. And this is my most favorite part since childhood. Like, share and subscribe guys. Yeah.